Here I'm going to show you how to solve for angle measures, but this time instead of numbers we have algebraic expressions. So I still want to label my angles. So I have IFG has a value of 19x minus 30. EFG is 24x plus 9, and EFI is 47. Okay. So remember, whether we're working with algebraic expressions or we're working with numbers, the same rules still apply. If I add the two smaller angles together, I get the total of the larger angle. So if I take the measure of EFI plus IFG, I can get the value of the larger angle EFG. Okay? So now I'm just going to put in my expressions for each of these angles. So EFI is 47 degrees. IFG is 19x minus 3. And then EFG is 24x plus 9. Okay. Now that we've plugged in our values, we just need to remember how to solve a multi-step equation. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to combine like terms. So I am going to add 47 and negative 3 to give me 44. Okay, and now I have both x's and constants on both sides of the equation. So to solve for x, we need to get all the x's on one side and all the numbers on the other. Now, it doesn't matter which way you go as long as you're consistent. I like to have my x's to be positive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 19x from both sides, because this way I'll have a positive x. So I'm going to bring down my 44, and 24 minus 19 gives me 5x plus 9. Now, since I move my x's to the right, I then have to subtract 9 from both sides, so the numbers need to go on the left. So this gives me 5x equals 35. And then my final step is always going to be divide that coefficient in front of x. And 35 divided by 5 is 7. So x equals 7. But that doesn't answer the question, because the question asked me to find the measure of angle EFG. So to do that, I need to take my value of EFG, which is 24x plus 9, and I need to substitute that 7 in for x. So I'm going to do 24 times 7 plus 9. And I cannot do 24 times 7 in my head, so I'm going to get a calculator. And 24 times 7 is 168. And when I add 9, I get 172. So the measure of angle EFG is 72. All right, let's try another one. Okay, so here we have number 6. again, I'm going to label my angles. So BHG. So BHG, that's 10x. IHG, so IHG, that's the larger angle, is 11x plus 16. And then IHB, this little one here, is 28. Okay. All right, so remember the two smaller angles, so IHB plus angle BHG will give me the measure of the larger angle IHG. So now I just substitute in my values. So we know so here we have 28 plus 10x equals 11x plus 16. Okay, now in this particular case, there aren't any, there aren't any like terms I can combine. So I just need to get all my x's on one side and all my numbers on the other. Now this time I'm gonna put the x's on the left. Last time I did it on the right. So this time I'm gonna do it on the left just so you can see what that looks like. So I have 28 and positive 10 minus 11 gives me a negative x equals 16. And so now I need to get my numbers on the right. So I'm going to subtract 28 from both sides. And that leaves me with a negative x equals, and I don't trust my mental math, so 28 minus 16 is 12. But it's a negative 12. Now, remember, your your x can never be negative, so we have to divide by negative 1. So x equals positive 12, because a negative divided by a negative is a positive. So x equals 12. Now, again, I still haven't solved the question, which is the measure of IHG. So, IHG has a value of 11x plus 16. So I'm going to take that 12, substitute it in for x, so 11 times 12 plus 16. 11 times 12 is 132. And when I add 16 to that, I get a final number of 148. Okay, hope this was helpful in terms of solving algebraic equations. So now take a moment and see if you can solve 7 and 8. Now, when you solve these, there we go. For number 7, you should get an answer of 39 degrees. Now remember, that's the measure of the angle. And for number 8, you should get 55 degrees. Good luck.